Hey everybody, what's up? It's Gleecon and I'm here once more. Thank you for joining me. We have another episode of Lore of Warcraft coming at us today, so stay a while and listen as we hop right in to the Hellfire Peninsula. We should be wrapping up our Horde run of that and starting Marsh today. The second of the big 7 zones that make up the first expansion of the game. There's a little bit to do. I don't know if Karazhan, I don't think it actually qualifies as Burning Crusade anymore. What do we got going on here? Oh, first things first, we wanted to find this hussy. Floozy, I mean. It's Floozy, that's what it was. So, supposedly on this road, they said the road from Falcon Watch to Marsh. Alright, so we're looking for... Oh, let me get that over. We're looking for a person that is walking that path. Other than that, we just have the Cenarion little neutral hub. And whatever comes out of this little path right here. Then we do have to come back on our Horde character on Gleecon. And so this is kind of a second breadcrumb. Here's Magister Aletis.
What is it you want? I am not one for small talk.
Okay, Floozy. Magistress Corinda sent me to ask you about Arelion's secret. What has he seen?
Shorel Aran.
If you think I'll betray my friend that easily, think again. Face me, you scoundrel. Face you I shall. No, you will not fireball me. Apparently, he is a mage of some sort. Spare my life, I will tell you about Arelion's secret.
I'll talk. Put your weapon down. I don't want any more trouble.
Yeah, I'm awesome.
I'm Arelion's friend, but I am not going to take the beating of my life for him. His mistress is Viera, Sun Whisper. Go tell that harpy of a wife of his. What is she going to do anyway?
We will have justice.
Alright, the Mistress Revealed. No, what's that saying? There is no wrath like a woman scorned. So, what is she going to do anyway? Famous last words. The Mistress Revealed. Okay, so this is the penultimate in this particular chain. Like I said, we're really quite close to finishing the whole zone. The Mistress Revealed. Okie dokie. We're gonna go tell her. We beat that guy up, so when we beat his bestie up, hopefully that was a little cathartic for her. The beating of his life is how he put it.
Viera Sun Whisper, that lousy little brat. I will show her I am not one to be trifled with. With all the important matters at hand, Arelion still found time in his schedule to see a mistress. It is all becoming perfectly clear. Viera Sun Whisper, that filthy wench, will show her to never cross a magistrix again. Take this scroll and find Viera. Find a way to lure her away from town and use the scroll on her. Arelion mentioned she couldn't resist a particular wine harvested by the Cenarion druids. You might find some at Cenarion Refuge, just inside Marsh, west of here.
So a more complicated breadcrumb in that we have to go to Cenarion Refuge in Marsh and then come back. So this is in some ways a more proper introduction to the area. Okay, Thornfang Hill. You want to come into Marsh, but you're going to fight your way through all of those. So here is the Cenarion Refuge. Allegedly, we're looking for... Well, not allegedly. We are. We're looking for some vendor of sorts. There's general goods.
Welcome to the Cenarion
What is it
Refuge.
called? What are we looking
I've
for?
been instructed to offer you basic supplies for purchase.
You don't have any
Should you
wine.
need them.
We're looking for a particular wine. That's all it says. Harvested by the druids. Doesn't say what that wine is called. Maybe inside the inn. Hey guys, what's up? There's an innkeeper.
Feel free to browse.
I would like some Cenarion wine. Cenarion spirits. There we go. I bet you that's it. And we will be back here. This is a neutral hub, I think, that will kick off Marsh for you. Or it has another hub. We have a breadcrumb too right off the bat. Yeah, so we will have to look. Oh, I have another quest up there. The cleansing must be stopped. Let's go up and take care of that too, because this anchorite, I forgot we were evil now. Did I write down Arelion? Mistress Revealed. Yeah, we're like, hey, you know, it would be a great idea if we left the fell corruption as much as possible in this area. It's messed up, bro. Okay, so we want to drop. It requires that altar right there. Not a Terrafiend. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I wanted to check and see what was that, this blistering rot. They got me. Nature damage every 2 seconds. I'm good. Okay. Now let's use this altar here. Oh. It has a 2-minute warning. There they are. Oh, hey guys, what's up? Oh, we're not on friendly terms? This seems unnecessary to me. Ow. Wow, that's quite the stun they got on me. Also, I have this uh-oh, I knew. I saw that Terrafiend. Oh, man. Another... They are, I mean, their holy fire is different from mine. It would appear. Okay. Quite a stun. That just made me use my, oh. They should really give you that diminishing returns rule that the rest have. Luckily, we do know how to, heal. Stupid demon. Yeah, you guys should be happy that I also am killing demons. But I guess it's not as... doesn't matter as much if I'm also killing all of you. Alright, I stopped the cleansing. Hooray me. What a good guy I am. Let's also go murder an adulterous woman. I guess the man is already murdered, so he's already paid for his sins. It's a tough stitch, you know? You see someone else that you physically want to be with, and then you're like, well, I also don't want to break off monogamous ties with my other partner, so I will just lie. Just keep it on the down low, right? Yeah. Got some issues there. You got some issues, buddy. But you're dead. Well, I don't want to talk to her.
The dark times will pass.
I want to be able to talk to her and move her away. See, that is actually hurting me. How can I interact with her?
A new Belore Delamar.
Oh, I see. I've not had to deal with this before. Let's look up hotkey Warcraft hotkey for NPC interaction. I guess let's go to the options and see if that will work. There is a social, maybe? No, it's interface. No. Controls. What key? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what key. Let me look at the key bindings, I guess. Options. Key bindings. Interface. Targeting, maybe? Interact with target, F.
Baladash Malanore.
Okay. Let's see if people have a tip about this. This is called Arelion's Mistress. Bop off of this. Let's look up Arelion's Mistress and see what the advice is if you're having this same. Did I spell Arelion's Mistress wrong? My sheet. No, this is the Mistress Revealed. The Mistress Revealed. Okay, let's see what other solutions. You will need to spam target your target interact hotkey.
The eternal
Just because we're
There
on
we
this pilgrimage
go.
doesn't mean we have to give up all of life's pleasures.
Thank you.
It has been ages since I had a good wine. I'd literally kill for a bottle of Cenarion spirits. I know. How unfashionable of me to enjoy a drink brewed by night elves.
glory to the
You know, maybe we can
Sindorai.
become friends after all.
Oh, this is called
Follow
Life's
me.
Finer
We
Pleasures.
don't want to have to share this with the others now,
Hold
do
your
we?
head high.
Okay, so that is called Life's Finer Pleasures. I gotta add that on there. That is a repeatable. Okay, let's go. I know just the perfect spot. Okay, Life's Finer Pleasures, repeatable quest. Yeah. Let's add that on. So that's another quest. That's pot, at least. I know she's bringing her cat Twinkle. Oh, Twinkle. I'm sorry that I'm gonna have to do this when you came out here to drink wine with me. Maybe you'll turn into a cat and you'll get to be happily ever after with Twinkle.
A new Belore Delanar.
No, she became a rat. What is happening to me? Get this cat away from me! Twinkle looks at Vera Sunwhisper with very hungry eyes. Vera Sunwhisper scurries away, attempting to flee from Twinkle. Uh-oh. I don't think this is going to end well for her. Okay, well, we didn't have to watch the murder unfold. Life's Finer Pleasures. Let's add this bad boy. A repeatable, because I guess you could probably screw it up. And it would still let you roll out that quest, but you must be on that quest. Alright, we got your revenge for you, Chica.
Excellent. That little backstabber won't be running off with anyone's husband anytime soon. Here is a little something for your troubles. I trust we can keep this incident
She
between
gives me
us.
her old wedding ring. Okay. It's actually pretty solid. 4 intelligence, 10 stam. Alright. So we're going to replace the Invoker's Signet with it. And let's go turn in the other... Wait, no. It's in this little hut. Let's tell him that we've stopped the cleansing. Aren't you so happy the place will stay...
You've returned.
Festive
Did you put an
forever.
end to the Draenei's folly?
Here we
Glory
go.
to the Sindorai.
That'll show those holy fanatics to mind their own business.
I'm gonna upgrade my necklace from the one I made to this Felforce medallion.
Stay the course.
And we leveled up. Isn't that nice? Okay, we are fat level 38 now. Let's go to our holy paladin talons. Holy paladin talons. We want talents. We are Herald of the Stun. I'm gonna go mythic. And what is our piece? We are on the holy side. We have just gained echoing blessings recently. Now we're going to start 2 points of sanctified plates, armor increase, stam increase, AoE attack reduction. Just passive survivability across the board. Hard to argue with that. Part of what makes being paladin appealing is you're just so much tougher than some of these other classes. And you can really notice it as I've been playing 1,000 level 1s lately. You can tell there is a noticeable difference in, so I would say, having looked at like the level 1 through 5 experience about 20 different times, no more, you can, I'm really starting to gain an appreciation for the different classes. Now these, we can pick these all up without focusing.
What brings you to my encampment? Thank you for bringing this
because
to
we've
me.
done them all,
I was
they're all
wondering
neutral.
why I hadn't heard from the expedition in so long. I wonder how long ago this message was dispatched, and what befell its carrier. Here is a bit of coin for your trouble.
All right, now,
oh, goodness,
let's...
you must be the help I requested weeks ago from Falcon Watch. Well, you are here now, and there is a lot to be done. I have just the thing to start you out.
Hellforce for a minute.
Welcome to the Cenarion post. We don't often get company out here, but I am grateful for the visit. My work with the creatures of this desolate land requires me to travel to many remote places. The Cenarion Expedition has dispatched me to study some of the most dangerous wildlife in Outland, and I've made a startling discovery. While many creatures here have already undergone radical changes, they continue to mutate. I am collecting blood samples to document the changes, and any help would be welcome.
We've been fighting an ongoing battle to keep the pass through Thornfang Hill to the west clear of Ravagers. It would be bad if we were to become completely cut off from the refuge with Anchorage. We don't want to displace the creatures, but there seems to be little choice as their attacks on travelers through the area have become more aggressive. Clear some of the Ravagers out of there if you can.
You see that huge red crystal to the north? It fell from the sky not long ago, causing a massive earthquake. When we came out here to investigate the disturbance, we found all of these Colossi wandering about that weren't previously here. There is definitely something strange about that crystal and the energies that it is emanating. But I don't have time for that. Those mountain giants are my immediate concern. I want you to head up to Fallen Skyledge and
The Cenarion Circuit's new expedition to the course in Outland, and the Cenarion Expedition. Known before as a small venture controlled directly by the Cenarion Circuit, it has become a large and fairly autonomous body. The expedition's leader, Ysiel Weinzinger, has asked us to direct volunteers to her outpost. Report to her at the Cenarion Refuge in eastern Marsh. Take the main path to the west, and it will lead you directly there.
I bid you welcome, adventurer.
Alright, so we are back in business. So one thing I would say is that you can very noticeably... I mean, we would not have been able to run this operation that we're doing right now where I'm pulling 5 of these guys at a time. That would not have been happening with our warrior. So there's something nice about that. Now, do I kill as fast as him? Not at all. Also, the drop rate of this is kind of sucky. But I think we're getting close now where we can look and see what's the overall quest count on our list. So we are at 148 total quests. You look at the TBD for Hellfire Peninsula, the sword, we should be at 157. So there are 9 quests we're somehow missing. Now, we did add 2 TBDs, the DK ones. So that's really 7 missing quests. And the rest is going to have to be for us to sort here. That means there's either quests we didn't log or something like that. Now, I also know one of them is a non-Hellfire, so that's really 6. But okay, so let's look at how many total Alliance quests. Because I think Alliance was bedecked, right? All right, so we have 100 on this page. It's going to be tough to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is digging. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, getting that trust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30 is know your enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, return to the abyssal shelf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, the mastermind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, waste not, want not, 63. So 63 total quests. And we know one of those is off. If we look at our crap. Bummer. Okay, so 63. Let's just put that down. We have from here to here is 25, 30, 37, 40, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 49, 50, 61. We have 61. One of them we know is an abyssal, or is the Death Knight thing. That means there's one. We're missing an Alliance quest. Son of a biscuit. So that means we have got to go back here now to the sheet. And we have to look through and find out. We got to go alphabetically and see which one we're missing. I was hoping we would not have to do that. Dagnabbit. All right. So it starts with a job for an intelligent man. Got it. Okay, so we should actually check this. An ambitious plan, an old gift. An ambitious plan, an old gift. Got it, got it. Arrival in Outland and atonement. Really felt like we did this. Okay, got those. Jump to the seas. Cleansing the waters, cruel taskmasters, and cursed taskmasters. Cleansing the waters, cruel, cursed talismans. Yeah, okay, got them. All right. Deadly predators, digging for prayer beads. Disrupt their reinforcements, disruption, and drill the drill master. Got them. Okay. Enemy of my enemy and expedition point. Got it. Fifi's treat, or Feifei's, felt work scavengers. Fell spirits, force commander Daneth. Got it. Okay. Gaining Mirren's trust, go to the front. Good. The 2 of the Hellfire fortifications, plus a 3rd. Yeah, we got those 2. Just make sure I'm in a safe spot here. Okay, the other one is on our list, so we know that's part of it, and that's not a real thing right there, that Hellfire. Okay. Helping the Cenarion post. Good. Eyes. Ill omens in search of Sedai and invasion point. Ill omens. Okay, good. Journey to Honor Hold and know your enemy is my JK. Good. Laying waste to the unwanted, looking to leadership. Okay, cool. Makuru's Vengeance and 2 missions. Good, good, good. Okay. Overlord. Then Rampaging Ravagers, return to honor. Rampaging Ravagers and then 3 returns. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Okay. Shinar Relics, Shatter Point. Yep, those are the only 2 S's. Then the thes. The Arakoa, the Dark Missive, the Exorcism. The Finest Down, the Heart of Darkness, the Legion. Got it. Oops. Okay. Thought this might happen. I was trying to keep a kind of eye out in the corner of my vision for my bottom screen to be flashing. It's good. They're bringing it to us, so we won't really lose our place since I'm not counting them, just going alphabetically. We did not gain anything for it. Okay, cool. So it was the Vision, right? No. The Legion. Got it. Okay, Longbeard's Mastermind Path. Got it. Path of Anguish. Glory. Path of Glory. Pools. Rock Flare. Got it. The Seer, the Temple. Trollbane is looking for you. Got it. Unyielding Souls, Warlord, Waste Not. Got it, got it. Okay, then When This Mine, Wing Commander, Zethgor. So I clearly counted wrong, because that matches. That's fine. Okay. Alright, so the A's. The Alliance quests are all up to snuff. We're just missing one thing. Okay, let's try the neutrals now. Good. Alright, so double check all the neutrals, see if we've accomplished them on one faction or another. A traitor, Arzeth Avru. A traitor, Arzeth Avru. Got it. Beneath, Blast. Blood for Blood. Those 2 are Oh, that's our other 2. That becomes a TBD. Blast the Gateway and Blood for Blood. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, those are Blast the Gateway, Blood for Blood. Blast the Gateway, Blood for Blood. This is TBC Endgame. Yeah, so sometime before the end, we have to come back here. We have the... I think we need Ogre Law. Actually, we need... Yeah. TBC Ogre Law. Not Endgame. Let's be a little more specific. Okay. So if that's the case... Now we should be... That brings us 1, 2, 3, 4, plus our other one. That brings us to 5. Oh, man. I don't want to print. No. I should have saved this, because this is going to have to make me, when you undo it, undoes the whole workbook. It's annoying. Okay. Now I can add that in there. All right. So now, looking at this bad boy, we are at, that's 5. We take one away. That brings us to 148, so we're really at 153. We're still missing 4. Okay, so crap. So we gotta still check the sheet here. Still missing 4. All right. Back to alphabetical. Colossal Menace, Crimson Crystal Clue. Got it. Demonic Contamination, Hellbore, How. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. In case of emergency, keep Thornfang. Yeah, yeah. Missing Missive, I see that. And Naladu, Natural Remedies. Outland Sucks, Ravager Egg Roundup. Yep, yep. Shiz Work, Smooth as Butter. Testing the Antidote, the Dreghood Elders. Yeah, yeah. The Earthbinder and Voidwalkers Gone Wild. Okay, so we have all the neutrals. Okay, so it's only these 5 quests are somehow from the Horde side that we're missing. All right, so go back to the top. We have a Burden of Souls. Right off the bat, I don't see that quest. What is that? Did I do it? Yeah, I don't remember doing that. It comes from this guy in Thrallmar. We did. I think we did it. I just must have forgot to. Oh, thank goodness! For a second, I thought it was that Bellstalker. Okay, so that is very possibly just one I forgot to do. I do remember reaping those souls. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so a Burden of Souls. Oh yeah, we have that. Yeah, we did it. Okay, cool, cool. So I missed a Burden of Souls somewhere along here. I remember that's when we reaped the souls. I'm just going to throw it here at the end. Well, it had to have come before the Demoniac Scryer. So when did I do the Demoniac? I don't even remember writing that down. Okay, so it had to have come after Apothecary Antonovich. So let's enter a cell and shift down. What's it called? A Burden of Souls. A Burden of Souls. Perfect. Okay, so that's one of the 5 that we were missing. I'm pretty sure the Demoniac Scry, I see I'm missing that. A Pilgrim's Plight, a Spirit Guide, and a Strange Weapon. Okay, we got those. This is my own fault. Apothecary Antonovich and Zelena. Got him, got him. Arelion's Journal, Mistress Secret. I missed Arelion's Mistress. Nope. Okay, so that was just, again, that must have been one of those back-to-back ones. I thought I forgot to write that one down. So after Arelion's Journal, should have been Arelion's Mistress. I screwed that one up. So that's 2. So we're now just missing 3. Arelion's Journal, Mistress, and Secret, plus Arrival in Outland. Got it. Okay. Birds of a Feather, Bloody Vengeance, and Boiling Blood. Nailed it. Okay. This is why this projects like these take a long time. You gotta really... my system has to be better. Bone Chewer Blood, Burn It Up, Burning Crusade. I'm missing Burning Crusade through the Dark Portal. What is this? There actually is a quest. Can you still get this? Let's check it out. I didn't even know you could get that still. I have a Warlords of Draenor. So apparently there is a quest called Burning Crusade through the Dark Portal. It seems to be removed. Ah, wait a minute. Okay, so it is saying that it's not real. I was gonna say, we didn't see anything. Has not been officially removed. It's just bugged or broken since Warlords of Draenor. You could obtain, but for some reason and no longer still unavailable as of BFA. Still gone as of 11/20/25. So still gone as of less than a year ago. Okay, so that's good. So then we can mark this off. Burning Crusade through the Dark Portal is actually a black quest that can't be covered. So cool. That brings us down to what? 2 quests? Alright. So we're going to call this one a gray quest. The Burning Crusade through the Dark Portal. I thought there did used to be a... Oh, it's just called Burning Crusade, not the Burning Crusade. Okay, good to go. Good to know. So we found one that's not real. Awesome. And hey, this is what we do. All right. Cannons of Rage and Cruel Intentions. Got it, got it. Cool. Decipher the tome, disrupt the reinforcements, doorway to the abyss. Yes, yes, yes. Eradicate the Burning Legion by double Falcon Watches. So we're missing the other Falcon Watch that we're going to do right after this. Fellspark Ravine, Forge Camp. Yep. And then forward base from the abyss. Yes, yes. Okay. Grillic Dark Eye, and then 2 of the 3 Hellfire fortifications. Yep, yep. Cool. Helping the Cenarion, Honor the Fallen. Yep. Okay, I work for the Horde, in need of Fellblood, investigate the crash. Boom, boom. Cool. Journey to Thrallmar, life's finer pleasures. Yes, yeah, pleasures. Magic of the Arakoa, make them listen, marking the path. Yep. Mission. Yep. Cool, 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 cool. Preparing the Salve and 2 report to Nazgul's. Return to the Abyssal, return to Thrallmar. Source of Corruption, Spinebreaker Post. Okay, we're getting there. The Agony, the Assassin, the Battle. The Agony, the Assassin, yep. The Cleansing, the Demoniac. There's another one. I missed writing the Demoniac one. I don't remember where that one comes from. So that's... I just forgot to write that one down. I 100% remember. It was a cool quest. After a Burden of Souls. So... Oh, man. Yeah, so for whatever reason I forgot. So 3 of this is my own freaking fault that I forgot to write down these quests like a ding dong. Okay. The Eyes, the Foot, the Great. The Maghar, the Mistress, the Road. The War Chief, the Warp Rifts. Good. True Flight, Vile Void. 2 Wanteds, and Zethgor Must Burn. So, there we go. We figured it out. There were 3 quests I forgot to write, plus 1 that was crashed out. And then there are still 3 quests that will be done at a later date. 2 of them coming up quite soon. I guess let's finish this Hellbore thing. We only need 1 more blood. That was a bit of a detour, sorry, ladies and gents, but this is the price of being thorough. Yeah, you can't strip Berserk. Cool if you could. I guess that doesn't count as a magical... There we go. Magical impediment on the dudes here. Yeah, but it also confirms that we don't have to deal with this guy. These, or tracking these, because they're all neutral. We also did miss that.
Were you able to collect the blood samples?
Yeah, I was.
Well done. These blood samples will prove helpful in my research and in the expedition's wider studies of Outland's creatures. If I could isolate what causes these creatures to change continuously, perhaps I could concoct an antidote. I think there is something we can use in the blood as the base of an antidote.
Oh, that was
Look at me like I've lost my mind. It is a common theme in nature. Often, the cure for something can be derived from the toxin itself. That is just what
I'd say that's like a venom
Ridding
thing.
the boars of their demonic influence would probably eliminate their aggression and give us insight into how to best attempt to help other species. Do you
these are
have
both
the
rat.
results of the experiment?
Goodbye.
But how could that happen? I am certain I prepared the antidote correctly. I've seen it work with spider and snake venoms, so why would it backfire here? Perhaps that is one of Outland's many peculiarities. I'd best pass this information along to my comrades.
Okay, well, this kind of stinks because I'm gonna hurt his buddies here because of my AoE nature of fighting. Like, they're gonna get shield bashed. And see, now they're gonna fight me no matter what. I wonder if does my reputation get lost? Fighting them? Because if so, then I'm just gonna have to focus on single-hand fighting. Every single one of these guys. No. Okay. Either way, it's annoying. Would it be more and more annoying fighting the guy without using shield dash? Maybe.
Perhaps not all hope is lost for the Dregood. I am one of 4 elders that guided this tribe before we were enslaved by the Illidari. I thought the others were dead, but I've slowly learned that at least 2 others are alive.
Yeah, they're all alive. Everybody's a traitor.
Just as I am. I've not yet been able to find Naladu and fear for the worst.
I found him.
There are more huts in the ruins.
He betrayed you.
Perhaps you could look for him. It would be a great boon for our tribe. All our elders were alive.
I don't feel like
You've come to help my tribe. How unusual. There aren't many that care about the fate of the broken in this
I don't care. I think they're coming for me.
Anywhere you see a tribe of enslaved broken, you will also find a traitor. A despicable being who sold his brothers for promises of power. There is a hut at the top of the stairs in the center of the ruins. That is the Turnbull's hut. He's not there right now, so you will be able to sneak in if you are patient. Inside you will find a coffer with a
this is annoying.
That key unlocks the chains that keep the Dregood elders.
So I guess I'm gonna try to just fight him.
Beware. Ours is the merciless wanderers nearby.
I'm gonna just try to fight him using my Holy Shock single target only. Come on, buddy, you got this. The CR's Aloth the Merciless. There you go. Okay, that was a demonic essence, and we freed these little buddies. Alright, we have the key now. This is a quick little... I mean, it's a nice little 4-part
The
change.
Illidari demon, did you obtain the key?
That we can more or less do as we get the essence from these other guys.
Soon be free.
So now we want to go free the other ones.
The Dregood spirit is broken because our elders are imprisoned. Take this key and go downstairs to free them. They are more.
Uh-oh, we're fighting an army now.
They lay the water waker. Once they are free, the spirits.
Yeah, I think it's faster still
The Illidari King.
to just fight them. So much faster.
They've enslaved many of my people, then used us to look for a powerful crystal. One that in all likelihood is not even here.
Okay, we got our 2 essences. And now we have to kill these innocents. Unfortunately. I don't know. I don't know what's better. Because while killing the demon himself was much faster this way, now I'm stuck around here killing these guys, which is slow and feels bad and is worth no loot. Come on, buddy.
The winds
You're
do
free.
not speak to our tribe anymore. My people are lost without elders to bring the spirits to us.
How many more essences? We need 3 more, okay.
The spirit of water has left
Walk free,
us.
my dude.
Our tribe is doomed.
Okay. Here we go. Free all 3. Head on back. Kill the cruel guy. Bada bing, bada boom.
These chains that bind me prevent me from bringing the spirit of fire to my people.
Well,
Souls without fire are souls that cannot rebel against their masters.
yeah, so I've been working on that. I have my list.
Illidari, tell me, hero.
I think I have my list kind of sorted now about which classes. I have not done the specs yet. I really struggled.
The spirits are returned.
So I recalibrated. There are,
Yes.
and it's not a complete
The
perfect
elemental
balance
spirits
because
return to us.
there are some
We are not as strong as
classes.
we once were, but a little magic can go a long way in the right hand. Ours has great powers bestowed upon him.
There are some classes that, some races where
It was once
they're either so generic or they're so new that it's like,
temporarily removed from him,
or I just don't know that much about
so
them.
that my people may finally be
Or
free.
that there's no... Oh, I forgot. I don't even have this on my house itself. Or that there's no hero...
because of my knowledge of ancient Drade crystals.
that there's no,
They've enslaved
more behind them. You know what I mean? Like the Earthen. How many specific Earthen heroes do we even have? Certainly nothing that's, like, iconic or whatever, because they didn't exist. Or, sure, the Earthen did exist. But... Okay. But it wasn't, like, they're around from the War of the Ancients. They actually have some Earthen characters that help out. But it's like one dude mentioned in a novel somewhere. So it's certainly not the same kind of lore story that some of the others have. Alright, let me try to pull a few of these. It is quite annoying, I will say. And because of the nature of how these guys are, you really can't fight more than a couple at a time. Oh, that little secret thing. Not secret, the auto heal popped through for me. Yeah, I think these little guys have a resistance, the little Draenei, I think have a resistance to holy or something. I'm gonna go ahead and... Yeah, I was holding off because I knew I had that coming soon. Come on. There you go. Leveled up. Got another level. One more essence. Alright, what else do we get here? On the holy side, where the last thing that we picked was Light's Protection. Okay. We're going to skip over Overflowing Light, which that would have made it to where 30% of my Holy Shock overhealing would be a shield. You can't have a more than 10% health shield. Fine. But you don't want to be overhealing, I guess. Shining Righteousness, Shield of the Righteous. That's this, right? Okay. It does extra damage to your main target. If Divine Purpose is talented, it has a 35% chance to trigger Divine Purpose. That I don't know. What the heck is Divine Purpose? Okay, I like that though. What is Divine Purpose? Paladin talent or skill or whatever. I spelled that wrong. This thing. 15% chance to make your next holy power free and deal extra damage. Oh, is that my glowing thing? It's the little shield like that. Oh, that is later. Okay, so I will be picking Divine Purpose. I just don't have it yet. Divine Purpose is this thing right here. It's a couple tiers down. It's a passive that holy power spending abilities have a 15% chance to make your next holy power spending free and do more damage or healing. So basically, when I get that, that will automatically be upgraded because essentially my shield is better now. Long story short, my shield does more damage and that's the end of that. Which, that's great. Because I should kind of focus on that more. Get that going. I mean, this is a pack of dudes I'm fighting here. But okay, now I'm down to fighting the boring things. Why does Flash of Light not do... See, that did like no damage. My holy shield did... That time I guess it did 500. Alright. We still need one more essence. This is annoying. Fighting these guys without good single target damage is actually annoying. Because otherwise you could just focus them down with single target and... yeah, see, he's already dead. Now I gotta kill these stupid dudes. Come on, you got this, bro. Hopefully this is the last one here. Oh no. Do I have to go back and turn it into that dude? I do. Alright, let's go back up there. What level are we? 39. We are getting there. Oh, look, there's one dude right there. Let's get him. Yeah, you're by yourself. Oh, no, you're not by yourself. You dirty so-and-so. Okay, you beasties. But yeah, anything that increases our damage is a thank goodness situation here. Oh my gosh, you are killing me, Smalls. Alright.
The Illidari did it done.
I know.
It's ours.
You're a terrible person. You're gonna...
It is true.
You're a traitor.
I was once Naladu, the Keeper of Earth. It was I who betrayed the other Drakewood elders in exchange for empty promises of power. You can despise me now.
Empty promises of power, huh? That's what makes it worse. It's not even like I betrayed them because I thought we were going to lose in the long run, and I thought this was what was best for my people. No. That's not what he's saying. He's saying I was greedy, and I'm not sure. I mean, I guess at least he redeemed it. Makes me think of, I was watching a TikTok person that was having a sort of, you can't call it a debate, because a lot of the times what you see on TikTok is, you will see one person put their opinion in a little TikTok short, like a minute or whatever. Then another person will put that person's TikTok up, and then they will be just responding line by line. So it's like a one-sided debate. Like, you say things, I will rebut, you get no chance to, like, counter-rebut. Alright. That sword is worse than my mace, but it is a massive... For intelligence, it's cool. Big intelligence boost. Does my intelligence also... does increase the magnitude of my attacks and abilities, so it actually... But the DPS is so much worse in terms of just my auto hit. Okay. Necklace is negligible, it's not really for me. The ring is... small. Upgrade. I guess, let's see, because maybe this blade would actually be better... Because even though the DPS, it gives plus 25 intellect to... So maybe that plus 25 intellect will actually translate into more damage since all of my abilities are based on holy power. Let's grab. Not that. Keep that.
May your feet find good trails.
Yeah. Anyway, and then... It gets like so meta up its own navel because then you can watch a video of like somebody then reacting and commenting to that debate, and it's like, what the hell are we even doing? Like, I'm going to react to someone's TikTok and then someone else and then post that. It's also so I don't know how I feel about it all the way, because it's like, alright, on the one hand, maybe what you're rebutting maybe needs to be said, you know? Like, maybe someone's out there saying, like, whatever, something terrible, like a bunch of Nazi statements or something like that. And justifying it like, well, you know, actually, there's some pretty good ideas, or whatever. And so maybe that does need a rebuttal. And maybe the access that you might have makes that sort of format the best kind of rebuttal for you. You know? Like, that's possibly a thing. Good. Oh. Okay, so I'm not going to say that there's no value in it. Also... But on the other hand, you know, the best way to intellectually engage with both your viewers and with a concept that you disagree with would be to have a conversation, not like a behind-the-scenes tea talk about the whole process. So it would be best if you could just be like, look, let's talk about it. I think that you are misrepresenting some things, or I disagree, or, you know, there's certain things you can disagree with, but maybe they are not like objective facts, you know? Like, maybe some of these things are like, what is a priority, you know? Like, you and I might both agree on whether or not a child should be hurt, you know? But we might prioritize that differently, or have a different strategy. You know, one person's strategy might be that, well, then we have to protect unborn children at all costs by making abortions as hard to access and as illegal as possible, and we should ostracize people that get them, and so on and so forth. And others might say, well, I think the best way that we do that is by making sure that we take no chances and we make child vaccines as mandatory, you know, it's particularly if you want to engage in public spaces like public school. So you can have a debate, and we can really, or, you know, you could say I think there should be stronger gun restrictions because we need to keep children safe, and you might disagree and say no, by removing guns we actually will have less weapons, we'll have less swords with which to defend our children from the real criminals out there, and that will actually do more harm than good. So we can disagree about strategy or effectiveness or prioritizing certain things, and that's never going to go away. But there's a lot of things that are presented, you know, on social media as facts, and then that's where it becomes really dicey, is that we've now moved out of the grounds for
with the Ravagers clear,
where people literally live their lives by alternate sets of realities.
Should have an easier time of it. The Cenarion Expedition is indebted to you.
So, I think that's the spot where a debate, like, sure, so if you and I are just making an argument about, well, you know, let's just fight two of these guys and see how it goes. Oh. This person thinks that, you know, guns should be taken away, and, you know, and a lot of the times, just like a very commonly deployed argumentative tactic that lots of people use is a straw man argument. You know, you set up a much less defensible version of what your opponent wants to talk about. You know, one person can argue that we don't want ICE, like, shooting people on the streets, and then you can then say, oh, so you're fine with murderers just raping and murdering, coming from other countries and raping and murdering your daughters. Okay, I don't think those two things are, like, necessarily. Just for the record, I am anti my daughters being raped and murdered.
Attacks, you notice for the first time that it was
by
only
anyone?
a red crystal fragment, while it was small and unnoticeable in the mountain giant's hand.
But yeah, so I was watching this one, and the guy was, the first person was talking about how, I don't think that if the girl basically says, I don't believe in God, the first poster, in poster A, because if there's a God that would forgive and allow to get into heaven, like a rapist, or child murderer, because they accepted Jesus into their heart, but then will not take someone else just because, just regardless of how good they're living their life, because they don't believe in God, that's not the kind of I don't believe in a God, and I would not worship a God like that. So that was the sort of main person's post. Like there's some inherent hypocrisy, and then the second person was then more of an evangelical style defense of, that's willful. What you're describing is a willful, like you could say there is a God, but because you're not, you personally don't want to forgive or whatever. I don't remember the exact person B's debate or answer. It was essentially, you are then willfully, you're committing a bigger sin than the rapist is committing because there is a God that wants to go a certain way, and you refuse because you think you know better than God, really.
Sometimes the straight... That is a big crystal you have there. Did you get that while you were up at the ridge killing Colossus? Let me take a look at it.
Let's talk to her up here as we blast through these last quests.
Just looks like a big lump of unrefined crystal to me.
Nice.
Admittedly, I can feel a sickly evil
level up again
off of it. But that is not exactly in my
yep, our second sanctified plates. More stam, more AoE damage reduction.
You should take the crystal lump over to the Earthbinder. She is just like you.
And then Guy C is then commenting on, so it's kind of like,
if you ask me, she thinks a little too much. Just give it to her.
A screen in a screen in a screen. So person A is the woman saying, basically, I don't believe in a God, evangelical God, Christian God, because it's about hypocritical. The second person saying a willful denial of God is worse than anything else, and you don't know better than God. Yeah. And the third person is saying, well, actually, the first person has some valid complaints, and this third person is a religious. He's a religious. I don't know what he is. Influencer, scholar, preacher, pastor. All of the above. I don't remember exactly. But he is basically saying, well, no, there are valid points there, and he's just kind of bringing out the main thing that you should have a real conversation about it. He wasn't saying that, but that I'm arguing is what might come up in a real conversation, which is why when you're at work,
I'm out of range.
I think that's what we lose with this stupid social media. Like, you just really, he's saying, well, there are some valid criticisms that need to be brought up. There's nuance here that needs to be unpacked. There's a lot of difference between like the different levels. Like, sure, rape is a horrible thing, and he didn't even get into all the specifics, but right, if we want to play this thought exercise, you would have to, first of all, you're not like a genie saying a magic word, I believe, I put some water in my head and I'm born again, and so now I'm saved and I will live in a magical world of angels and harps. That's not what real Christianity is. Also, just by saying that disgusts me, that idea, which is a real idea that a lot of real evangelical Christians, regardless if that's what they preach, it's what they practice, it's what they present to the world. There really is this a movement, like among certain Christians, where you need to shut your mouth and women support your men, and if he beats you or rapes you, if you even want to, if you're even of the mentality that there is even such a thing as marital rape, which that's an argument that many of them would have, that's a joke, that's ridiculous. That it is your job to handle that within the confines of your marriage and the church, and yada 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 yada. that we should be forgiving, and what that leads to more often than not, and the proof is in the pudding, it's out there, there's documentation, there's evidence, there's data, and ultimately, regardless of my faith or any of this stuff, I'm a data-minded person. So I'm going to come back to, and I don't mean that in a cheesy professional development kind of way, like I want to look at the hard facts, I want to look at the dollars and see where they're going, I want to look at what has history told us, because that's a scientific mindset, and you can have a scientific mindset but also recognize that this guy's asking for help capping these 3 areas. I don't really want to answer him because is he being Alright, we killed the king of the Colossi there. So basically seeing that hypocrisy and not wanting to deal with the like wanting to address that is not wrong. And it's different. It's different. So what you're really saying is I don't want to participate in, nor do I approve of, the way that Christianity is practiced in a lot of churches today. And let's go ahead and turn this in.
Shadowhunter Denjai sent me here with a small contingent of builders and warriors to establish this outpost. We've barely finished building it and he is already asking for reports. If you need supplies, I can offer a few things. But we're to be honest, I had expected more, but you'll have to do. Welcome to Swamp Rat Post.
Okay, so Swamp Rat Post is the little horde camp. However, we would have actually encountered the Cenarion Post first had we been walking through here on foot, like you would expect back in the day. Let's go turn that in. And then we're going to run through just the first few quests on our Gleekon character.
Greetings. Welcome to Cenarion Refuge. I hope you've come to aid us in our mission.
Yeah.
We've much work ahead of us.
Sure. Okay, now we have to go run
it is good.
the first few missions as a Horde character and with our Gleekon until we can unlock the Falcon Watch. But anyway, that's a lot different than saying no. Now, there is a different thing that says if you believe, because in order to commit the sin of the second part, let's say there is this hypothetical rapist, and this person did horrific things, right? And they achieved through soul searching and religion and Christianity and so on and so forth. They actually do get... See, look, there is a grave right there. Why would they have not kicked me to that graveyard last time when I died? But you actually find a way to repent of your sins and want to be a better person. To truly... So that means, of course, you are eschewing that behavior. You are not going to be a rapist anymore. You're not going to repeat this. You have reflected, you understand the pain that you caused in others, you know that you are flawed and a sinner and you've done bad things.
So you've recently arrived from... Though this land is full of strange new enemies, the Burning Legion is still the greatest threat to our expedition.
I know.
One of my most trusted warriors, Sergeant Shatursko, has been studying the Legion's tactics, trying to discern the demon's true purpose in this land.
I don't think we need
Seeking
that
out
one.
At the supply caravan just outside the southern wall.
Just need the
be wary of
one...
the Legion. Their evil cannot be underestimated.
Maybe this guy we need?
So you've recently arrived from Azeroth, eh? You'd make a quick adventurer. We've got to. Though our warriors are without peer. Our
we're just crushing our breadcrumbs.
Inside the barracks. He has need of agents.
Don't worry, we will be able to do them on another
account. Will be of no use to anyone.
We're just trying to get to.
What do you need? We've already lost many brave warriors to this cursed wasteland.
This guy.
I have little interest in sending more untested recruits.
I don't know which one we need to really get.
Sent you to me. He must have seen something in you. What say you then, hero? Will you serve your war chief with honor?
I guess.
Bonchewers! They should all die. The sight of their red skin and depravity makes my blood boil.
Okay. Anyhow,
Drumka adventurer, no doubt you saw the Legion's warriors dotting the landscape on your flight into the dark. Though we defeated them at the Battle of Mount Hyjal some 5 years past, the cursed demons just...
So let's say there was a world like that, where somebody was truly reformed, they committed a horrific act, and then they devote their life to being better. They repent, and they truly have a change of heart and a change of spirit. They realize it, yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, the Christian mindset would be that, well, that person could enter heaven. Yes, they've committed a heinous crime. Even if it was like a horrible, Epstein-level person, if they truly, truly repented and changed their ways, which sounds horrific, even if it was like a Hitler. If you're looking at pure, like, just doctrine or whatever, yeah, those things are... Now, depends on what we're talking about by doctrine, okay? So, there are some sins that are pretty grievous, and particularly in the Catholic Church, there are certain sins that are unforgivable. So, you have to look at whatever little branch of Christianity that you are following and where you're at, because there is, even among Christians, debate about what's the line that's too far. Like, could you forgive a Hitler? Could you forgive an Epstein or whatever?
The attacks is sure to lessen.
Serial
at least until they bring forth
rapist, killer, whatever.
I've got your new orders. Your battle prowess has been noted by High Command. They want to send you to the front
there we go.
To meet up with Memphis.
That's it. It just took that one quest.
Devoted to the complete
The
extermination
dark times will pass.
Yeah, that's
so
all we need.
Right
boom, boom,
Head
boom.
east about 200 paces and veer south at the jutting mass of land.
I need to move
You'll
this.
see Reaver's Fall, where an old farm used to stand. Once there, you are to report to Forward Commander Tuarch. Now move out.
There is a button here.
My people recently finished building Falcon Watch, a base of operations in the southwestern region of Hellfire Peninsula.
Oh, that one that's actually the one we wanted to listen to. Alright, so we can drop all these other quests. All we needed was this Falcon Watch quest. And now we're going to swap on over back to our Alliance character who we haven't played in a few days, and we're going to start the Zangarmarsh quest line. This is Falcon Watch Part 2. But he basically says, yeah, my people have recently finished building Falcon Watch, base of operations in the southwestern region of Hellfire Peninsula, beyond Hellfire Peninsula. Hellfire Citadel, you're welcome there as an ally, Gleekon. If you're looking for work, go there and tell Ranger Captain Venren that I sent you. He'll see to it that you're given tasks worthy of someone of your caliber. Cool. We're going to do just that. That's it. We just had to send Gleekon. She just had to do one quest. Go kill those little demons out there, and then the Falcon Watch breadcrumb opened up.
Though we've arrived at the Promised Land, much... Welcome to Falcon Watch. All our Horde allies are welcome here, especially those recommended by Martek.
We will persevere.
Okay. So we are now going to abandon all these other ones. We don't need them. Just double checking. And then let's hop back over to the Throne of Kil'jaeden. Because while I don't see it, I do think people farm him for transmogs or something. If if you're not in, because I did read that if you're not on Chromie time, he does still pop up. I don't know when, but maybe we'll get lucky and see him at some point. I think I'd have to probably camp him if I really wanted that to be a thing, and I might do that someday. Maybe. If it's tied to an achievement, sure. Not if it's just tied to like all the things, then I don't care. Also, what makes it rough is everyone could probably just come one-shot him now. Alright, so there we go. We're going to log out on this guy. And we're going to kick over to Marsh now. So that was cool. Now we're popping over to Marsh. Okay, fantastic. We're going to alphabetize it, and then... Why would it do that? Alphabetize, then switch by side. Okay. So there is only 90 total, so it's a smaller zone. Got a bunch of, looks like about a third each, so it looks like we have somewhere in the ballpark of 30, 30, 30. And let's go back over to Leesa'oh, our miner. Anyway, so if you were in that particular situation and somebody truly did repent and you said, not only did you say, well, I will never forgive this person, because that's a different conversation. Oh, is the Cenarion Expedition considered part of the Marsh questline? I think it is. Cenarion Expedition. I think it's a neutral one. Yeah. Okay, so Cenarion Expedition is a one-off breadcrumb, and that's where we're starting. Cool. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Marsh. Not one of my favorite zones, but I don't hate it. The Cenarion Expedition. Just the breadcrumb that gets us here, which I actually already turned in on the Horde character. Let's turn it in again right here and get started.
Greetings. It is good. You've decided to visit us. Welcome to Cenarion Refuge. I hope you've come to aid us in our mission. We've much work ahead of us.
Okay, so we're going to go a little slower with her. We're going to go one by one.
You've decided.
Let's look at Disturbance at Unbrafen Lake. This is a neutral quest. Disturbance at Unbrafen Lake. It will, I guess, kill one of our Warlords of Draenor Heroes Call breadcrumbs, so we'll have to do that at a different time. Disturbance at Unbrafen Lake. This will be the first. It does look like at Unbrafen Lake. It does look like it is part of a chain. Yeah, part of a four-parter. Let's go for that.
We came to Outland expecting to find small pockets of life. What we discovered in Marsh was a lush environment with a thriving ecosystem.
We're just going to go one by one
Our
with him.
initial assessment of the area was deceiving.
Slower.
However, the water levels at the lakes and marshes have consistently been going down since we started taking measurements. The impact this could have on the local animal and plant life is disastrous. Go to Unbrafen Lake, southwest of here, and look for clues related to this water depletion.
So what we're saying is, all we know is that the water is just lowering so much, and let's find out why. Maybe you could check out some wildlife or whatever, help us figure out why. Why is it going down? Nope, I don't want to fight an Unbrafen eel for that. Never mind. Just fell iron. Alright, so, and as we come over, we notice, oh, there's a freaking, there is a pump draining the water. So that's what we investigated and found out. Guys, there is a pump here.
Greetings. It is good. The Naga are behind this. But why? From what you describe, that steam pump must be part of the cause for the water levels dropping in the marsh. No matter, this explains their open hostility towards us. Let's not waste any time. I need you to perform another task for us.
Okay, as the crow flies.
We must determine how widespread the Naga's activity truly is and react accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Exploring each body of water in Zangarmarsh could be a lengthy undertaking. If you allow me to, I will use my magic to mold your shape to one more suited to scouting the marsh. Hold this amulet above the balcony near me when you are ready to begin. I will guide your way back to safety.
So she's going to turn me into a bird as we experiment more with flying. As the crow flies. This should be a neutral quest. Yup. And also, I realized just now we have to take our sort here. We have finished this 157 quests, so we're up to 313. We have now doubled our quests. Pretty great. The shattered hulls, we're not doing that yet. Everything else is fine because there's the blood furnace and there's no hellfire ramparts. So anything else dungeon wise we're good on. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think a lot of these are things we might... Oh, I think I forgot to check off Almond Vale. I did. Yeah, I forgot to check off all these. So Almond Vale is done. That gets us to 330. Azure Mistile I did check off. Blood Mistile is done. That brings us to an even 400. Let's say it feels a little low. Eversong Woods I checked. Ghostlands we checked. Okay, I think that's probably about it for now. Old Hillsbrad. That's a dungeon we will have to run. I'll probably just run that on GleeCon. Probably. Alright, so we're in Zangarmarsh, where we've got 90 quests ahead of us. Let's get off this Holy Paladin and Divine Purpose. Okay, let's do it. Let's zip around here.
It is good. You've decided visit us.
Okay, so she will zip us around here. So anyway, the extreme of that argument would be, okay, let's say that then you knew there was a God, and God basically said, look, this person has repented, and I will, it is our duty to forgive our fellow man their trespasses. So she whispers to me in bird form, it's just like the structure you described at Unbrafen Lake. Does this mean the Naga are pumping water out of all the lakes in Zangarmarsh? So yeah, so basically we were zipping around now and finding out that pump wasn't just there. Those pumps are everywhere, and you can see there's another pump right there. That's at the Bloodscale grounds. The Naga are even pumping the water out of their own lake. What purpose could that possibly serve? Yeah, I don't know. I think they're redistributing the fresh water according to Chronicles throughout the land. There's the big dungeon, so we're seeing where it exists right away. Some thrashers underwater. But then, let's say, those pipes all appear to be connected to that structure. Can't possibly fit all the water they've been stealing. Where are they keeping it? Okay, so then you get this message from God, which then implies you now can't deny God is real. So you're in a communion with God, but then you tell God, no, I hate that person, and there is nothing that will make me stop hating them. And then, in this communion with God, God tells you, by holding on to that hatred, you are poisoning your own heart. You are making yourself a better person. And this person that you hate, we're not talking about punishment or not, because those things will be dealt with in their appropriate time. What we saw explains what happened in the Deadmire. There was a lake there once. Yeah, that's the drained lake. If we don't stop the Naga, all the marsh will soon look like this. But by keeping this hatred, yeah, you are destroying our relationship, our communion. you are making your internal life a worse life. And that in turn is making the world a better place. Nothing is served by your hatred. And then if you were to say in response, I don't care, that hatred, I'm not going to let it go. Well, now that would be a difference. Now, in that particular situation, is the person who has repented, even if they're sitting in prison, and is trying to find a relationship with God, is it truly acknowledging and atoning for the horrendous crimes that they've committed, and going to work through that level of punishment, that person would theoretically have an easier time, quote unquote, finding their way to heaven than the person that refuses to let go of the hatred, refuses to forgive, and only wants wrath and vengeance towards, and you could say towards this other person, but it's going to bleed out and affect more than that, would be the argument.
Greetings. It is good.
What brings you here?
Greetings. It is as I suspected. The Naga have set up pumping stations at all the major lakes in Zangamarsh. They must be stopped if the marsh is to have a future.
Goddess.
I cannot begin to comprehend why the Naga would drain the water out of their own habitat. What I do understand is a need to put a stop to their operations. These seeds carry with them the rage of the earth. Take them to the steam pumps operated by the Naga, and use them on their controls. The vines that grow from the seeds will be as thick as your arm, and as strong as iron. Go, hero. Restore the balance that the Naga have upset.
Goddess.
Okay, balance must be preserved. Now, everything that we're saying is, you know, in some ways absurd, right? Because it's academic. It is all hypothetical. God forbid any of us would have to make this decision between struggling with our faith and forgiveness and seeing someone that we care about horrendously brutalized, right? And knowing that the best thing for your heart and your soul is to not carry that, you know? Now, I'm not saying let someone run rampant in this world. That's different. Okay, so we're gonna, this is the Unbrafen lake controls. We're gonna cover them with vines. And it's very easy to say this. It's like, I kind of mentioned this in one of my other videos. There is a part of me that has always really liked the philosophy of pacifism, right? Like Gandhi-level pacifism. Like, do not hurt someone else. However, there are obviously limits to that, right? There's obviously limits to pacifism. Like, if the entire world in the time when Hitler was attacking everybody had decided to just deal with him in a pacifistic manner, well, we would have been cooked, right? Like, at some point, there is a role for defending with violence if necessary. Now, determining that line is thankfully not something I have to do. I'm not in a violent profession, and I would hate to do that. But it's, you know, if it's the same thing. Like, imagine if you lived, you know, if you were in a post-apocalyptic world or whatever, and you're with your women and your wife and or your children or your family or your husband or whoever you need to protect, and someone comes to harm your family, you can't just let them. Who's going to let them be harmed? You know? I mean, maybe people would, but it's hard to just say, well, philosophically. So they're warning me that Warlord Calithresh will hear of this insolence. So that's what that one just warned me. Other than that, they've just been saying, I'll make you pay for that. And I'm gonna zip across the lake. So there is it's not a black and white picture, and people that are Christian will point to spots in the Bible where there is, a wrath element to it. And I'm not gonna debate all of that right now. Check my other podcast out for that. Yeah, it just got me thinking about all of that, and I can't remember how that was tied into this episode, but that's where my brain was at this morning as I kind of watched this. I don't really engage with social media. I see some of these things because of Reddit or but I'm not gonna say I don't have any engagement. I do play around in the subreddits of things I like, and I also check out Substacks of certain people, historians. I'm particularly into history, so I like that. Yeah, so they're now warning me again of this Warlord Karelish fellow. But we got lore to get into here, I would just argue that, oh man. Darn it, I knew I was... Oh, I just got drain schematics. So I don't know if that was supposed to happen for the last guy, or if I just... How that works out.
The schematics you've obtained show an underground system of drains and pumps that connect the lakes in the region to Serpent Lake. If the schematics are correct, there is a giant drain in the center of Serpent Lake. Confirm this and bring the news to Cenarion Refuge.
Okay, so this is called Drain Schematics. Another neutral one. It's the first of a three-parter, and this one is, I'm guessing they would assume that you have picked this up as you do this. So yes, our goal here is to zip our way down. Oh, I wasn't swimming. And there, find the location. That is how you access, for those of you that haven't played Outland before, that is how you access the Marsh dungeons. You come into the top and swim down, and they're all located like a hub down there. So, as you can see, there are 4 dungeons, or 3 dungeons in a raid. That's how you access it. Okay, where are we at here? About 20 minutes. And this is gonna be the end of one mini chain, but I guess now we're gonna just seg right into this Drain Schematics chain, which is also a neutral chain.
I am honored.
It is good. It is done. Then the marsh has been saved for now. Don't think for a second that this will be the last we hear of the Naga. We must remain vigilant of our enemy as we continue with our mission in Outland.
Going east.
Cool. Alright, we're level
You've
42.
decided to visit us.
42. Our most recent thing was the Rumbling Earth, which made Shockwave bigger for us. Arms, Warrior Talent. Yeah, let's do it. We were... I think I was Slayer? No, was I Colossus? I don't remember anymore. Oh no, not Arms Warrior. There we go. I was gonna say, this doesn't look familiar at all. That's why. Well, I'm definitely not Mountain Thane, so I must have been Slayer. Oh yeah, I was just going with that. Mythic Plus. There we go. Okay, and our most recent thing was... yeah, this thing. So we're gonna choose Fearless. Yeah, so we're not choosing Berserker Shout to replace our Berserker Rage, which is down there. It would grant immunity to Fear Sap and Incapacitate for 6 seconds and do it to those around us. Instead, we're picking the passive Fearless. Gives me, instead of a 1 minute, it's a 30-second cooldown on Berserker Rage. and it also removes your snares. So it just makes Berserker Rage better. Pretty solid.
Greetings. What news do you bring?
Oh, could I read this drain schematics?
Greetings.
No.
It is good. You've decided to visit us.
Ah, it says you have to have accepted or completed the quest we were just on for this to drop. There you go.
The Naga
So they are tied
Serpent
together.
Lake into a giant water sink for the rest of Zangor Marsh. What could they possibly be doing? You've done well in bringing this news to us. We will send a team to investigate this drain you've discovered. I have a different task for you in the meanwhile.
Watcher's Cloak of Vigilance. It's definitely better than mine.
Greetings. It is good. You've decided to visit us.
Okay, so got a blue one. This opens up the quest Warning the Cenarion Circle. So if we go to Warning the Cenarion Circle, it is part of the chain that we're on. It's another neutral one, so let's go pick that one up. Warning the Cenarion Circle. Sure.
The Cenarion Expedition has become a large organization with a good degree of autonomy. These events are important enough that we need to warn the Cenarion Circle. Do not worry. I will not ask you to travel back to Moonglade. We have emissaries as nearby as Hellfire Peninsula.
So I'm not sure why they want you to go back to here. And she's talking as though we don't know. So I guess they're basically saying if you had happened to blow past this, they will make sure you touch in with this group here.
The news you bring about the Naga activity in Zangor
She's Cenarion Circle.
Zeal was wise in sending word to us.
Zeal.
She hasn't forgotten that the expedition cannot exist without the Circle's support. What brings you? Return to Zeal and let her know that help will be extended to her as soon as it is possible. Affairs in Moonglade and Silithus have kept our members occupied. But we will do our best to send the necessary resources to the Cenarion Refuge.
Yeah, I mean, by now, okay, so this is Return to the Marsh. By now, you could definitely make the argument that what's going on in Silithus is more or less contained, and what is going on in Moonglade that's requiring so much of their time. Like one mob in Moonglade.
Greetings. It is good. You are a welcome sight. Matters at the Cenarion Refuge have only gotten worse since.
How long has it been?
Greetings.
Okay. So, for the first time, we have shoulder pads on this character. Love that. Love that for us. Finally, the only thing we don't have is a shirt. Alright, cool. Return to the Marsh. That little storyline's done. Alright, if we look at the top of her list, we have Warden Hamoot. Should we check that one out? Yeah, it's just a... Oh, this gives us a warm welcome, and it's a breadcrumb.
Before you leave Cenarion Refuge, make sure you speak with Warden Hamoot.
Yeah.
He is in charge of the expedition's
That's actually earlier
He
on
would
the...
never forgive me if I didn't send a seasoned adventurer like you his way. Go in peace.
Okay, we will do that. We'll turn in Warden Hamoot. I should probably write it down, because I'm bad about that. Warden Hamoot. What kind of name is that, bro? So then we have to recognize also the next person we would have gone and... Look at that big guy. Gone and visited is this person up here. So let's keep that in mind. Oh, man. Warden Hamoot will be the next guy we come to for quests. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. Maybe I should get off my mount. Got some mining to do. What's up, buddy?
Israel sent you.
Yeah.
Of course I can use someone like you.
Cool.
We're always in need of a little muscle.
Right.
While the adventurers from the expedition have made themselves busy studying plants and researching the lakes, I've made it my business to deal with the hostiles in the area. Ever since we set foot in Zangor Marsh, the Naga have launched lethal attacks against us without warning. We've done our best to keep them at bay, but our resources are limited. I want you to go to the various Naga strongholds in Zangor Marsh and show them that they're not to be crossed.
Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the quest. It is called A Warm Welcome. It is early in the storyline. It's like the second thing we would hypothetically do. It's another neutral quest. We could probably bust it off, even though 30 Naga Claws is a lot. Where's our time at here? Oh, we got 15 minutes. Yeah, so we can bust this out for show. Acadian Order. Huh? So anyway, you know, old Gleekon at his best when he's not talking about the game at all. He's talking about freaking religion and in social media. But this is pretty cool storyline. I mean, again, all we know comes from all we know comes from Chronicles, right? So there is definitely some learning to be done here. Yeah, we gotta be careful. So this is, I wonder if there's something more to it, because if I'm remembering my, no. I remember that, and I just remembered the last second. There is a deadly when they put that frickin' chain on the ground like that, you gotta get out of there. I just remembered that at the last second. These guys suck. That little ice chain spell. I don't really want the sorceresses. I'd rather fight the melee guys. Yeah. We gotta get that guy too. Just one more. Oh, bro. Yeah, so as soon as they start putting it down, like, you gotta get out of there. That's actually... Oh, let's look at these. Well, that polearm is not the best, but this armor is nice, actually. And let's take this off so I can see what it looks like. That looks cool. Okay, we've got 10. That's not, those are the regular Felstriders. We need the,
It's too far away.
There's a elite Felstrider that's terrible. Okay. Alright, so we gotta get her. Yeah, see that? Oh, I was still inside it somehow? That's cap. That's cap, as the kids say. Okay. Now these guys are a lot different than the ones we were just fighting as a paladin. These little side Draenei, or else I'm just different because they're not bad at all. Alright. You, come on. You, come here. You. We're gonna fight. No. Okay, so it does seem like just about 100% drop rate on these fools. I guess you and me are 1v1ing, bro. You got a little buddy? I'm sorry, Draenei, dude. It's really your boss's fault. fault. Probably should not kill each other so much. Alright, let's go... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you too. Come on. Oh, we got a bunch here. Yeah, she was about to freezing circle me. Yep, nope. Don't you do it. Nobody wants to see the freezing circle, bro.
I need to target something first.
It's nice. I did get caught in the freezing circle after all, but 6 fangs for that, 6 whatever, claws. Alright, so I think we're pretty, well, I think we're pretty good, but it might be, no, come on. Yeah, those little witches, they like to run. We need 2 more claws. Get 1 from her. Got him.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, so I just want to hit her with the thing so I can get this last claw. Perfect. Alright, let's tell them we've given them a warm welcome. I've noticed we've gotten a little bit of Cenarion Expedition from killing some of these guys. Not all of them, like the slavers gave it to us, but not the sorceresses. So I don't know what the rhyme or reason is.
It is good to see you again.
Thanks, buddy.
How is your hunt for the Naga going?
Good.
Good job. You do well to shed any feelings of remorse you might harbor. These Naga are vicious creatures, even more so than the Azerovian ones.
Alright, so he did give me some volatile potions, which I feel like that's from Classic. Alright, so we recently had Scent of Blood. Okay, what's next after? We're skipping Kill or Be Killed. This is a passive. If I would have been fataled, instead I become enraged, unkillable, immune to snares for 8 seconds as I seek revenge on my would-be killer. If I kill him during that 8 seconds, I get up to 20% max HP. If not, I die. I mean, it's neat, but it's pretty niche. It gives you basically, it's an 8-second get out of jail free. Much less powerful than a lot of the other ones. Okay, we're also skipping Hack and Slash. Rampage, which is one of my main moves, has a 100% chance to give me a Raging Blow back. Raging Blow is probably my least effective move, so it's like, we will give you back what your least effective move. So no. And we want both ranks of cruelty. When enraged, my Bloodthirst and Raging Blow do more damage. And I should be enraged most of the time, is the whole premise here. Alright, so he will be the next place we stop for this wanted poster. Let's finish hers. I did that one because it was part of a chain. But she still has a couple to go. Checking up. Let's check. Well, what's our time? Okay, we have time for at least 1 more quest. Checking up here is our next one. Old checking up. I actually don't see it. Is it Alliance? No, so this must be a dungeon quest or a new one. Checking up Warcraft quest. Ah, this is a Slave Pens quest. So we can do this one next time. Slave Pens added in patch 3.3. Oh. Okay. It's not even a 3.3. It's a Cataclysm quest. So we're not going to do that. Storming the Steam Vault. Let's check that one out. Storming the Steam Vault also seems to be... Storming the Steam Vault is also Cataclysm. So these are two dungeon quests. We're going to ignore them. In her little room, what else would we have had? We would have had this Innkeeper. We already came here on the Horde for the Cenarion Spirits. Let's sell some of our carp and stuff like that. I will open that clam, actually. You never know. There's something cool in there. Jaggle clam meat. Maybe I can learn how to cook with that at some point. As of right now, no.
Have you honed your skills enough
there we go.
To learn what I have to teach? Have you honed your skills enough to learn what I have to teach?
Yeah, so nothing there. But this guy, let's talk about...
We Cenarion druids are the protectors of the balance of nature. The main point being the balance. When called for,
he's a balance druid.
We shouldn't wait too long before taking decisive action. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Especially those of us who only want to observe.
Alright, let's talk about Watcher Leesa'oh. Yep, that is a real one, which will open up a 5-part quest series. So we will begin this. Watcher Leesa'oh. And so we will pick this one up.
There is important research to be conducted into the ecology of the local creatures.
Okay.
Especially the sporlings, bog lords of the marsh. And trust me, once you get out into the field, you'll find the work to be challenging. Seek out Watcher Leesa'oh at the Cenarion Watchpost in the western region of the marsh toward the south. Follow the path west and you will eventually find her. She can be a bit studious.
So this is going to open...
Don't let that get to you.
Our Sporogar.
And watch out for her cat.
Our Sporogar kind of grinding. I'll actually just go ahead and stop this right here because that's going to bring us over there, which we will do that next time and mess about in that area. This guy right here, Bog Lurker, the bane of my existence. Absolutely. This guy's... I think, where is it? Martikar. Pretty sure it's Bog Lurker who's the bane of my existence. I'll never... Quillfang Emissary, that one's easier to find. I think Martikar is like a demon or something. I don't remember, but this freaking Bog Lurker, I'll show you a picture of him. This is a big part of my... No. Warcraft. Oh, it's not him. It must be the Martikar one. I was going to say this guy. Martikar. Oh my gosh. Worst character. Yeah, this thing. Oh my gosh. We can go ahead and run it one time. We'll run a loop and you can see what my life was like for like months. I was insane with this. Trying to find this Martikar character. Seriously, it's one of those big fence riders right there, and it also is so hard. He never spawns, and he's so big people kill him on sight no matter what. The idea... I seriously... I don't know if I'll ever do a real, like... a reattempt at achievements again because of him. Because of this. I spent so much time researching, looking for this dude. I think when I actually found him the first time, he was back here. The one time I've ever seen him. His actual path is also, you can't trust the thing that's not perfect. The little dots on Rare Finder. But I do think it was somewhere along this back path the one time I ever did find him. And it was like a... I will say that that feeling you get when you find that rare that you have just been eyeball bleeding scanning about forever. It's like Christmas. Seriously will change your life. Oh, that's Marsh Walker. You would see one of those guys and you'd just be like, oh my gosh, I did it, I found him. Yeah, so back then flying was also, yes, you would have had a flying mount, but it wasn't this dragon mount, so it was even slower. Like now I feel like it's actually not that bad with the... He is the reason why I downloaded Rare Scanner. Because I was like, you know what, I could do this, I could just scan with my eyes, I don't need some app, but... There he is! Isn't that just perfect for life? This guy right here. Come on. Ow. You're gonna pre-get him. Maybe it's just the fact that nobody cares anymore, and I was still at an earlier time period, even though I was not playing. I mean, we're talking about... Okay, it's better than what we have. We are talking about a... That's cool. Strider hide cloak of the Aurora. Look, I'm still attached to him. Vibrant blood. Redonkulous. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go here and just go chill by her. So that's Martikar. Nothing like special in and of himself. He's just a big Marsh Walker, but gosh. Oh my gosh, he was so... Scarred me for life. For life, I say. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching, listening, and tuning in. I will see you guys on the very next episode of Lore of Warcraft. This one is in the pipe, 5x5.